Want to build AI applications in Python? In this video, we are going to learn LangChain by building a simple AI chatbot from scratch. So, what is LangChain? LangChain is a framework for building applications around LLM models like Gemini and ChatGPT with abstraction for prompts, model tools, agents, retrievals, and chains. Basically, it takes away the boilerplate code that we need to write to create a LLM based applications. Okay, so create one folder and then open it in the VS Code. Make sure you have Python installed, and you need to first activate the environment. So type Python 3 -m venv. So this will create a virtual environment folder, and you can activate that virtual environment using source venv/bin/activate. This will activate the virtual environment, and you can see it in the terminal. Okay, then you will need to install a couple of libraries. So you will need so let me search that. Yeah, pip install -u langchain openai python.env, those three packages, and create two files for now. So .env and main.py. So in the .env you will have your OpenAI API key. Without this you cannot run application, right? So you will get this using OpenAI. You will get this from OpenAI. So go to API docs and then copy the key. So let's create main file and let's start writing our code. Okay. So once you save this in env, and we will now start writing our code. So first we'll need to from .env import load.env from LangChain OpenAI import chat OpenAI, and from LangChain _core dot prompts import chat prompt template. Yes, and we will first load .env so that .env variables are available in this file, and then we'll define model equal to chat OpenAI, and we'll use GPT 4.1 mini model. Okay, so you can use any of them. So model GPT dash 4.1 dash mini. Okay, then another thing we'll need is a temperature. So we'll set generic 0.7. So the lower this value is, the more time it will take to think. Okay, think and response. So then we'll define prompt variable chat prompt template dot from messages. Here we need to pass system. Let me cover that in brackets. Yeah. So promptably you are helpful Python tutor. Okay, and second will be for human, and here I will just pass the question. Okay, so later we will invoke the question, right? Okay, so let's save this. Okay, so chain equal to prompt slash model, and then I will write here print Python AI tutor. and print type exit to quit. So basically whenever user types query and they want to exit, they can type exit, otherwise the flow will keep on going, right? There would be no way to exit, right? So by the way, this red is there because this is not colon. Here we need to type comma. Okay, so here make sure to type comma. Okay, so we'll start that loop, true while true. So in loop we will take the question from user and store it in the question variable, question equal to input, take input from user, yeah. So the input will show text u. So whenever user will type, it will be shown in front of you. And then if question dot lower, so we'll turn that into lowercase and we'll check if user has typed exit. If it is exit, then we'll break out of the loop. Okay, and otherwise we'll just continue answering the user's query, right? So it will be a response from the AI. So chain dot invoke, so we are going to invoke that question, and we'll pass the question from the user. Okay, now we are going to print it, print AI response dot content, and I will just print the empty line here. Okay, save. So let me modify this here. You are a helpful tutor. By the helpful tutor, always answer in always answer between 30 lines. See, I'm adding this because the output gets larger. That's why I'm adding this. You don't have to add this. Okay, so let's save this and let's run this. Python 3 dot slash main dot py. So if I run it, it is working. Python editor, type exit to quit. So I will ask explain variables in Python. So it will take time to process and get me the response. Okay, so as you can see, sure, here is the explanation for variables in Python. Give me example of function. So here is another example. Give me example of function. Here is a simple example of Python function. Okay, so add numbers. So yeah, it is working. So if I type exit here, it will exit basically. Okay, so that's the whole program.